Hello everyone, my name is Katya and today I'm going to show you how to crochet these easy bows. For this project I'm using number 4 medium weight yarn with a 4mm crochet hook. We're going to start with the slip knot and a chain of 16. If you want to change the size, you can work less or more chains. Continue chaining and I'll meet you back when you have 16 chains. Once you have foundation chain of 16, we're going to work one single crochet using the second chain from the hook. So right over here, don't count this one, we have 1, 2, into the second one, work one single crochet. Now work one single crochet into each chain across. And at the end, we should have 15 single crochets. Continue working and I'll meet you at the end of row 1. At the end of row 1, we have 15 single crochets. For row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now we're going to work single crochets using back loops only. Usually we pick up both loops, but this time we're only going to pick up the back loops and work our single crochet using back loops only. So right here, I just worked one single crochet using back loops, and into the following stitch, I'm going to repeat. Pick up the back loop and work your single crochet. Once again, pick up the back loop of that next stitch and work one single crochet. You're going to continue and work one single crochet into each stitch across using back loops only, and I'll meet you at the end of row 2. At the end of row 2, this is how it looks like. We worked a total of 15 single crochets using the back loops only of each stitch. Now for row 3, all the way to row 52, we're going to repeat row 2. We're going to start by chaining 1, turn our work, find your first single crochet, which is right over here, and using the back loop only, we're going to work one single crochet. Into the next stitch, find your back loop only and work one single crochet. And repeat, using the back loop, we're working one single crochet. You're going to continue this pattern and I'll meet you once I have a total of 52 rows finished. So continue working and I'll meet you back after row 52. I finished working a total of 52 rows and it is measuring at about 12 inches long. Let's go ahead and work on single crochets on this side, this end right here, and then come around this way, and I'll show you how that's done. Right over here where we finished our last row, we're going to go ahead and chain 1, and now we're going to work single crochets on this side just to make it look better. And the way I work on my single crochets is I work one using this stitch right here, the side of the stitch, pick up both loops and work one single crochet. And right over here there's a bump where we chained 1. And I work one single crochet using the bump or the chain 1. And again, we're going to repeat. So work one single crochet using this end, the side of the stitch. And then right over here is the next bump, which is the chain 1. And we're going to go ahead and pick up a loop and work one single crochet. Again, pick up the side of the stitch. And once again, the chain 1 or the bump, pick up one loop and work a single crochet. And you're going to continue and work your single crochets on this side, picking up the side of the stitch and the chain 1 or the bump. And this is how it looks like. So continue working and I'll meet you right over here to show you what we're going to do next. I finished working single crochets all along this long side right here, and I'm coming to the end and I have one stitch left, so I'm just going to go ahead and work one single crochet using that stitch. And right over here we're going to come on this side right where we did the foundation chains all along the side, and we need to work one single crochet using this side right here. So back into the same stitch where I just worked single crochet, I'm going to go ahead and work one more single crochet just to make it a little bit more square looking. And I'm going to pick up each chain and work one single crochet, and I should have a total of 15 single crochets at the end. So continue working on this side and I'll meet you right over here. We're going to continue working single crochets on this longer side together. I worked a total of 15 single crochets and it doesn't include these two that I worked into the same stitch. So right over here we're going to repeat the same thing and work one more single crochet using the same stitch where we worked our last single crochet into. So go ahead and work one more single crochet, total of 2 single crochets into that stitch. And now once again we're going to work single crochets using the side of the stitch and the chain 1 from the rows. And I'm going to work my yarn tail in, so I'm just going to hold on to it as I work on my single crochets. So right over here I'm going to pick up this bump and work my single crochet. And then using the side of the stitch I'm going to work 1 single crochet there. Same thing as before. So picking up the chain 1 or the bump and work 1 single crochet. And then work 1 single crochet using the side of the stitch. And you're going to continue and work on this pattern. And I'll meet you at the end once I finish working single crochets all along this long side. And then we'll slip stitch these 2 sides together. Right over here we finished working single crochets all along this side. And now we're going to slip stitch these 2 sides together. This is our right side and then this is the wrong side. So bring the wrong sides together. And now let's go ahead and slip stitch these 2 ends. So right over here I'm going to find my first stitch and pick up 1 loop and then yarn over and pull through both. And now line them together and go ahead and continue picking up 1 loop from this side and 1 loop from the other side, from the back side. And then just slip stitch together. Pick up the next 2 stitches, just 1 loop from both and slip stitch. And like that, just continue slip stitching these 2 sides together. I'm going to continue and slip stitch the sides together until I get to this end right over here, and then I'll meet you then. I slip stitch these 2 sides together and we're going to chain 1 and cut a long yarn tail because we're going to wrap the yarn around the bowl. Pull out your hook, tighten it, and this is how it looks like. So this is going to be at the bottom, and then we're just going to do this and tie this long yarn tail around. Let's go ahead and work on the ruffles and I'll show you how that's done. You're going to need a total of 2. I'm going to show you how to work on one and then you'll just repeat the same thing to the other one. We're going to start with the slip knot and we need a chain of 85. Continue chaining until you get to 85 and I'll meet you back. Once you finish chaining 85, we're going to work 2 single crochets using the second chain from the hook. So don't count this one. Right over here we have 1 and 2 into this chain. Work 2 single crochets. 1 and go back and work your second single crochet using that same chain. And you're going to repeat into the next chain, work 2 single crochets. 1 and go back and work your second single crochet. And that's all that is here. You're just going to work 2 single crochets using each chain across. Continue working and I'll meet you at the end. And if you look, you can see it's kind of ruffling up like this. So continue working and I'll meet you back. I'm coming to the end and right over here I have my yarn tail, and all I did is I just placed it right where the chains are so I can work on my single crochets, and at the same time I have less yarn tails to worry about at the end. And just continue working your single crochets using the chains and at the same time picking up the yarn tail. So I have a few more left. Just going to continue. And right over here is the last one. Work 2 single crochets into the last chain. And now we just have 1 yarn tail left and we can just cut this. And to end, we're just going to chain 1 and cut our yarn tail. We don't need a long one. And at the same time, you can go ahead and cut this one. And then you can weave this yarn tail in using your hook or your yarn needle. And then right over here, we have our little ruffly end. Now go ahead and work on one more and I'll meet you back. Right over here, we have our 2 ruffles done. Now we need to find the middle, so we're going to try our best to kind of stretch them out as much as we can and find the middle. So I like to hold on to this tails right here with one hand and then kind of pull on this end right here, like so. And then right here, I'm going to use a piece of yarn and make a knot. You can skip this, making the knot, but I like to do it. It just kind of keeps them in place. Now we're going to attach this ruffles to the bow. Using our bow, we're going to find the middle. So using the slip stitch end right here, kind of looking to make sure these two are aligned equally. And once we find the middle, we're going to go ahead and fold the center like so. Hold on to it, and then using this end right here where we made a knot, place it right over here and hold on to them, making sure that this side is 2 on one side and then the other 2 are on the other side. And using the long tail, remember how we ended with the long tail, we're going to go ahead and wrap it around like so. So right over here, I finished wrapping it around. And then what I'm going to do is come to the back and using this yarn tails that we made a knot with using the ruffles, I'm going to use those 2 ends. Here's my second one. And I'm just going to make a knot. So right here, using these ends, just make a knot. I actually like to make 3 knots. So here's 1, 2, and 3. Just going to go ahead and use my hook and wrap the yarn tails around and pull through. Then I'm just going to go ahead and cut them. And all you have to do is just glue your bow to anything you like, to clips or whatever it is you have. I don't have one right at the moment. I need to go to the store and buy a clip, but that's all I'm going to do is just glue a clip on here at the back, and then your bow is all finished. And our bow is finished. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.